Good evening and welcome to the 2017 American Pianists Awards. We are live here at the Hilbert Circle Theater in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana for the second evening of the Gala finals. I'm Silvia McNair. Every 4 years, America's finest young classical pianists compete to become the winner of the American Pianists Awards and receive the Crystal DeHaan Classical Fellowship. This honor includes a $50,000 cash prize, as well as career assistance and performance opportunities for a total value over $100,000. Last night, we heard the first 3 of 5 finalists in this competition play their concertos with the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra under the baton of renowned guest conductor Gerald Swartz. Tonight, we will hear the other 2 finalists, and at the end of the concert, find out who is the winner of the award and the distinguished Crystal DeHaan Classical Fellowship. Tonight, I am honored and excited to have as one of my guests the Honorable Joseph Hogsett, Mayor of Indianapolis. Welcome, Mayor Hogsett.
Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. This is indeed a great evening for classical music for the city of Indianapolis, and to all present here in the historic Hilbert Circle Theater, welcome. To all those who are watching throughout the world by webcast, welcome to Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a city that has fostered growth through our enrichment of fine arts and culture. We also value the diversity that makes our community very special, and it's music, the music that you will enjoy this evening, that weaves those common threads of common purpose and common effort that have traditionally made Indianapolis a special place. So, on behalf of our city, welcome to Indianapolis, welcome to this great competition. It is indeed a city that welcomes all. So sit back, enjoy the competition, and best of luck to those who are truly talented musicians competing for this classical prize this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Hogsett. Oh, I'm all short of breath now. I'm such a fan. Some other fans here. We were to be joined this evening by a very special guest, my friend Charles Hamlen, artistic advisor to the Orchestra of St. Luke's in New York City, founder of Classical Action, and jury member for our 2013 competition. But unfortunately, Charlie has caught a bad cold and is losing his voice. So, although he's in the hall tonight, he won't be able to join us during the broadcast. We're all wishing for his speedy recovery. Feel better, Charlie. Instead, we are thankful to have back with us on very short notice the wonderful American pianist Eric Zuber, who joined us on the webcast last night and who was a finalist and laureate of the 2013 American Pianist Awards. Welcome back, Eric.
Thank you very much. This is an unexpected pleasure for me tonight, but it's a pleasure nonetheless. I'm very happy to be able to join you again, Silvia, and all of our listeners online and around the world for what I'm sure will be another tremendous night of music making. I'm still recovering from the adrenaline rush of last night's electric performances.
And I'm still recovering from the adrenaline rush of seeing Mayor Hogsett.
There you go. But tonight we will have 2 more world-class American pianists perform their concerti with the amazing Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, conducted by the legendary Gerald Swartz.
It is so great to have you back up here with
Nice to
me
be back.
tonight, Eric. Now let's get to the music. Our first finalist tonight is 28-year-old Stephen Lynn. Stephen now lives in Philadelphia, where he graduated from the Curtis Institute of Music. He will be performing Rachmaninoff's Rhapsody on a Theme of Paganini. Let's welcome conductor Gerald Swartz and finalist Stephen Lynn. Wow, that was truly incredible. Another standing ovation here in Indianapolis. What an amazing way to start this second night of the Gala finals.
You know, I couldn't agree more. I think that every time I hear that piece, I fall in love with it a little more. It has everything in it that we love about Rachmaninoff's music so much. Incredible drama and excitement, ravishingly beautiful themes, ingenious and inventive piano writing, and plenty of opportunity for the pianist to show his virtuosity. And what a wonderful performance it was given tonight.
Absolutely. We have one more concerto to go, so before hearing Alex Beyer in the Prokofiev Concerto No. 3, let's take a break. Thank you again to Key Bank, the sponsor. Key Bank, who is the sponsor of the Gala finals of the American Pianists Awards. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Welcome back to the audiences at home watching from all around the world, and welcome back to the audience here in the Hilbert Circle Theater in Indianapolis, Indiana. We have one more finalist performing this evening before the announcement of the winner of the 2017 American Pianists Awards and the Crystal DeHaan Classical Fellowship. Alex Beyer is 23 years old and originally from Connecticut, but is studying music at the New England Conservatory of Music, as well as studying mathematics at Harvard University. We had another finalist last night that studied at Harvard. Isn't that right?
That is correct, we did. Drew Peterson, who played last evening, graduated from Harvard before going on to Juilliard. And there are many other American pianists who have done or are doing something similar. I know that Sean Chen, our 2013 fellow and my very close friend, was admitted to both MIT and Harvard before eventually choosing to study at Juilliard. I have to admit, I'm just a pianist.
You're so much more than just
Oh.
Aww. I don't know about all these brainiac pianists on stage, but okay. Well, being able to succeed at this level, both in music and in academics, is nothing short of remarkable. And now it's time to welcome Alex Beyer to perform the Piano Concerto No. 3 by Sergei Prokofiev, with Gerald Swartz conducting the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. goodness. What an outstanding performance of an incredible work. And I just have to say, classical music is alive and well in Indianapolis. And the second thing I have to say is that the Indianapolis Symphony is sounding so good. Woo! Mwah, mwah, mwah. So, congratulations to all of the 5 finalists on superior, one might even say excelsior performances.
One might. Well, the performances are all in, and the jury is retiring from the theater to tabulate the scores with those from the previous Premiere Series concerts. Soon, we will have a final decision as to who is the 2017 winner of the American Pianist Awards and the Crystal DeHaan Classical Fellowship.
We are so grateful to all of our sponsors, but most especially Key Bank. This competition has been going on for over 7 months. We'd like to share with you the journey these finalists have taken as they participated in this competition and give you a sense of just how unique this competition is in the piano world.
Good evening. I'm Joel Harrison, President, CEO, and Artistic Director of the American Pianists Association, and it is a great pleasure to be here this evening to introduce to you our 5 classical finalists for the 2017 American Pianist Awards. Our process is unique in the world of competitions. Participation is by nomination only, and the process from start to finish takes over a year. These 5 American pianists have already won $10,000 each simply by being named a finalist, and the winner will ultimately be named the DeHaan Classical Fellow of the American Pianist Association and receive a prize package worth over $100,000. Thank you and welcome to APA.
I am American Pianist Award finalist Alex Beyer, and I will see you in Indy.
I'm American Pianist Awards finalist Drew Peterson, and I will see you in Indy.
I am American Pianist Awards finalist Henry Kramer, and I'll see you in Indy.
I am American Pianist Awards finalist Sam Hong, and I'll see you in Indy.
Hi, I'm American Pianist Award finalist Stephen Lin, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in Indy.
was just such a calm, gentle-spirited person that just right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good fit. I could just tell that he would focus on the things that are important and be able to let go of the stuff that's, you know, that sometimes high-strung people have, like these expectations. He was not that. He was just very relaxed about the whole process.
He was really down to earth. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like total opposite of what I expected. He like helped us with parts we needed to work on to like mesh together well, and so it all sounded really fluid. And he was a very, very sweet person and very kind and cared about what we all thought.
Oh, they loved working with him. The first comment was, he can play so well. I'm like, yes, he can. But then once they started working together and they saw that he was working at collaborating with them, that meant a lot.
He was very kind, he was very open, and the things that he said were never like, they were always understandable. They weren't ever over my head. So that was really nice. And he seemed like he really enjoyed working with not only me, but the orchestra and with Mrs. Payne. Like, you could tell that he loved what he did.
So the thing that I noticed most during the master class was how passionate he was about his role as an educator. When he was working with Claire, all of his comments were spot on, really positive, but he was also really challenging her to try and do something better or something different. I was really, really impressed with how he did the master class.
I think a lot of students nowadays think that classical music is boring or it's not important for life today, and I think having people who are so well trained, who are very young, coming in and showing them that this is, like, it's interesting and it's really fun, it can encourage them to think in a different way than they would usually think, so I think that's important.
Good luck, Henry. We hope you win. Heritage is rooting for you.
Wait, one more second, okay.
The thing that has pleased me most about working with Stephen is that regardless of what title he has or where his degrees are from, he is a good musician. And that is an understatement. He's an amazing musician. Meeting him was really nice because you can have this picture of like, okay, well, they're a world-class pianist. Does that mean that they're shut in and they don't know how to interact with people? But no, like, he's very well spoken. He knows how to communicate ideas. In performing the concerto, you know, it's very easy to understand how he wants to express an idea. And then the business is just translating that to the students. He understands how to talk about big ideas in a way that young people can understand.
I really liked how nice he was. Like, he really found the parts or pieces in small little places, and just, it was really nice to hear the compliments and get a different view of what he thinks from that perspective. Not being a full orchestra player, but a pianist, and being able to switch back and forth from thinking of piano techniques to orchestra techniques.
The students, you know, some of them knew what to expect, some of them were very, very excited. Some of them just had no clue what was going on. But particularly for the ones playing in the symphony orchestra with Stephen, I thought that the neatest reaction was that their level of musicianship has been raised by playing with him. They have to push themselves more to reach that new level, and it helps to have that added level of musicianship on stage from Stephen to lead these kids to the next level of their own playing and for their own discovery of what that higher achievement is.
Seeing him that young at that level, it makes me want to be that young and at that level. Having it be my last year and being able to work with him, that was really, really cool. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
We have just been absolutely thrilled to host Stephen and are very grateful to the APA for providing us with this opportunity.
The orchestra that performed with Sam, I think that they were a little intimidated to begin with, and then it was right after the rehearsal that the first big steps towards interpersonal connection were really made.
I didn't think he was going to be like snotty or anything, but I thought he was going to be very separated, I guess, because he's on a different level. So I thought he was going to be very separated and like just rehearse with us and that'd be it. But no, Sam wasn't like that at all. He was very humble and modest, and that was really, really nice. We connected as musicians. Like, he's obviously very talented, but he didn't use that talent to put himself above us.
He's understanding Like, he knows that we're not top-level musicians that can play any song, and he's very patient with us and nice and forgiving. It affected my performance in a way I'm not nervous anymore, because he told us that, well, they're here to see you, and if you mess up, keep going and keep persevering through it. It was very calming with that. I don't have any more stage fright. Very proud to say that.
He actually met with all of the other orchestras that we have here, and some of the piano classes also. He made himself available the whole time, for 3 days straight, basically.
I got a world-class pianist to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with me on the cello. It was really cool. It was just such a cool experience to have.
I kind of think those interactions are important so that these young students can see that this guy is accessible, that they can relate to him, and that even though he's at this point, he still works very hard. I think that's a really big message. I think it's really good. The kids are telling me that they miss him right now. I'm not kidding. Yes, it's been a week and a couple days, but they miss him. He had a large impact on their music-making lives.
I'm just really excited for when he comes back, and we're excited to be there to support him, and hopefully he comes back and we get to spend more time with him.
He's just a very good man, very kind man, and I'm glad, I feel honored that we were able to play with him.
So a lot of the kids got a chance to, as you know, came down on Sunday to hear Drew's concert at the Indiana History Center. And that was a great format, because since we've been rehearsing the Beethoven and they knew that we were going to be doing the first movement, it really, I think, gave us a unique perspective. And when we came in on Monday morning, we were able to hit the ground running with him. And Drew is just salt of the earth, nice, great guy, easy to work with. He wants to share so much, all his ideas. And every rehearsal we've had has been growing in excellence. And I think by the time we get to tomorrow night, we're going to have a great product for everybody to hear.
I've been playing piano now for 7 years or so, so I'm really excited to hear somebody who's of that caliber, I guess. And it sounded really cool because it sounded like somebody who was going to be very prestigious and hard to talk to, but he ended up being a very nice and cool guy that you can approach, which I found very interesting because that's not what I was expecting to see. I know this is going to sound really weird, but I was actually expecting him to be a little bit, older, I guess, which sounds really dumb, but most of the time whenever I hear of somebody who's classically trained or as professionally astute as he is, I was always expecting somebody who's a little bit, looking like the gray hair and, a little bit more wrinkles, but he's really young and he's really good.
I wasn't necessarily expecting anything. Of course, if you go to Juilliard, you do have some type of skill, but I wasn't expecting what I heard yesterday. It was interesting to see how passionate he was about his music. Just watching him play, you could see the facial expressions that he was going through and, his movements. It's interesting to watch. It's hard to focus on my music and then focus on him at the same time.
He has the Stevie Wonder feeling in which he feels the music rather than just playing it. So he moves with his body a little bit more, which I found really cool because most of the time when I think about it, I think people just staying still and playing, with stiff arms and everything, which is really cool that people do play by heart rather than just playing by music.
Being able to have someone of Drew's caliber playing with us in this setting, and it really gives an opportunity for a lot of our folks to realize just how great our orchestra program is. To be able to perform with pianists competing at this high level is, we're just very, very fortunate and grateful for the opportunity.
Alex came in and kind of met my expectations, and just even more of just being really open and friendly with the kids, and just really knowledgeable. He's a wealth of information.
He just got ready to do his work. He was ready to perform. He seemed ready. He didn't hesitate. He put all his emotion and all the practice he's done into the playing. Even though we were still kind of practicing, he still professional and still played to his fullest.
The fact that they get to see a world-class musician who travels internationally coming into their school and working with them, it's inspiring. It makes them want to work harder. It makes them want to step up for the occasion. And I think that they have really benefited from seeing someone who's so close to their age but so amazingly talented.
It made me want to play the piano. It really made me want to play the piano. Just knowing that and when we asked him how long he played certain songs, he just said, oh, a few days. It was like, oh, I have to learn how to play the piano. Just seeing like his fingers move, it just made me like intrigued to wanting to play the piano or get more into music. He made class seem like it was just like 5 minutes and we all wanted to stay. He was a really all-around great person to be around, and I'm happy to have him as our pianist for our concert tonight.
We're really thankful for having this experience, just because sometimes experiences for us are kind of hard to come by. So just to have this sense of excellence to bring into the building, to share with the kids, to say, this is what we want. It helps me as a teacher to get my kids to the next level. So we're very appreciative of everything that the APA and Alex has done for us.
One thing that we here in the theater in Indianapolis can see is that so many of the high school students that had contact with these 5 finalists are right here in the theater. And I'm so excited to see so many young people here. I would love for all of them to stand up so we can say, hey. Now, all of you kids have to promise us you'll come back to the Hilbert for more concerts, because isn't this cool? I mean, it's so cool. Yeah! I also want you to know that Eric just leaned over to me and he whispered that, you know, Eric is a finalist from the 2013 class, and he just told me that he has never heard such a high level from all 5 finalists in any piano competition anywhere in the world, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, this was really one of, if not the highest, and I've participated in many international competitions,
Yes.
and I've heard so many young artists play wonderfully in the final rounds, but just the sheer consistency of this competition really blew me away. And to think they're all American, it just makes me so happy. I feel like, you know, the future of piano in America is really bright.
It is incredible, the experience these young pianists have had during this competition. And to think the jury has to choose just one of them as the winner. I'm really glad I'm not a juror. Eric, what do you feel? Tell us a little bit about the elements that these jury members are listening for.
Well, you know, it's an extremely difficult job, as I'm pretty
Yes.
sure that all of the audience members can feel how difficult it is. You know, there's so much about music that's subjective, and these pianists are all so talented. You know, at the same time, winning a competition of this magnitude can be life-changing for a pianist. So, as a jury member, you feel an enormous sense of responsibility towards the finals. You want to choose a winner that will not only represent the competition well, but someone that you think will be able to handle the stresses of what comes after the competition, because this is really just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was sitting on the panel, I would be first and foremost looking for someone with a deep and committed artistic vision. Because in the end, what's most important to me is how the pianist is able to communicate something meaningful and emotional to the audience. Also important, of course, is that the pianist has complete technical command, which all of these 5 finalists did, able to draw a huge range of sounds and colors from the instruments with the ability to project over a large orchestra or speak in the most intimate pianissimo moments. In the end, it's really a combination of many different factors that the jury is looking at when trying to determine a winner. And it's not an easy job, but it is an important one. All of these finalists will have greatly benefited from this experience, but one person will really have their life changed over the next 4 years as the 2017 fellow. And I don't know about you and everyone in the audience, but I'm really looking forward to finding out who that person will be.
So am I. Well, this is the moment where Eric and I have to do a little improv because the judges aren't quite ready with their scores. So this afternoon, I was...
What did you have for lunch?
No, this afternoon, I actually sat down with Joel Harrison and I said, okay, so if Eric and I have to do a little improv, what are some of the things that we want the audience to know? The very first thing that came to my mind is that I want to talk to you, I want to tell you all a little bit about the amazing woman for whom the major prize of this competition is named, and that's our friend Crystal DeHaan. I have A few years ago, Crystal DeHaan said these words: "To me, life without music would be life in a desert." And I have to tell you that she does so much in this community, in this state, of course also in the country, but just in Indianapolis alone, she is a major supporter not only of the American Pianists Association, but also the Indianapolis Symphony, the Indiana Repertory Theater, Dance Kaleidoscope, the Indianapolis Children's Choir, the Gregory Hancock Dancers, the University of Indianapolis, her alma mater, the Jacobs School of Music. She is so very, very generous to so many arts organizations. And we're getting the keep going. Okay, so we've gotten the message, they are ready to go. We know how important it is to have great leadership in an organization that does so much and means so much to the pianists it reaches. I'd like to introduce to you the chairman of the board of the APA, Steve Lyman.
Thank you, Sylvia. As you've said several times in the last 2 nights, wow. I'm a fan of yours, and I'm a fan of all these wonderful pianists that we've heard in the last 2 nights and over the past year. What a delight it is to be a part of the American Pianists Association and to share this stage tonight with so many exceptionally talented artists. To our audience here tonight and those listening around the world, I want to say thank you for your interest and support of the American Pianists Awards and our 5 remarkable finalists who have dazzled us all over the course of 8 months of stunning performances. Thank you, Henry, Drew, Sam, Stephen, and Alex for bringing your exceptional talent to our stage and making it clear that the future of classical music is indeed bright. We will be following your careers for years and years to come, I'm sure. You are all winners. To the students of our concerto curriculum high schools, Broad Ripple, Lawrence North, Warren Central, Pike, and Heritage Christian, I bet your days spent practicing and performing with your young finalists will be long remembered and inspiring milestones in your musical lives. That's what it's all about. To the University of Indianapolis for embarking on the exciting Artist in Residence partnership with the APA that will enhance the musical education of a new generation for truly great artists. Thank you. To Eskenazi Health, thank you for inviting our finalists to perform and delight patients, families, visitors, and staff in your beautiful lobby. To the exceptional group of 29 diverse and dedicated members of the APA Board of Directors and its Executive Committee who, working together, have guided the APA Classical Awards to a successful conclusion tonight. Thank you. To Joel and his professional staff, Kim, Lee, Sandy, Leanne, Daniel, and Milner. The 7 of you have put together a year-long series of special events leading up to this Discovery Week that would normally take at least 3 times the number of staff to accomplish. What a team. We are deeply indebted to all of you. And now, get some rest. And to our many corporate, foundation, and individual sponsors, your generosity allows all this to happen year after year. Thank you. A special thanks to Crystal DeHaan, whose classical fellowship bears her name and will be awarded in just a few minutes. To the Lilly Endowment, whose financial support has been transformative and will allow the APA to sustain its mission well into the future. To the Sorrell Organization for keeping musical excellence alive. To the National Bank of Indianapolis, who sponsored the 5-month-long premiere series, and also to Key Bank, who generously sponsored these gala finals. A very, very big thank you. And of course, the fabulous Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra and Maestro Gerald Swartz, superb by all measure. And finally, I want to say bravo to the many, many others across the country who share our mission to discover, promote, and advance the careers of young American world-class jazz and classical pianists. Thank you, one and all. And now I want to thank and introduce our hardworking co-chairs of the 2017 American Pianists Award, Bob Gowan and Lisa Harris.
Thank you, Steve. How lucky are we? Your enthusiastic applause, your bravos, your whistles, I've always wished I could do that. Your all-out hoops and hollers say it all, and we are grateful. Thank you for erupting, and thank you for being here with us this evening. There are so many things going on in our city tonight, and that is terrific. But time is precious, and you chose to share yours with us this evening, and we are grateful for your presence. Filling a theater like this, though, doesn't happen by accident, and there we have the work of all of our keys under the leadership of Steve and Jeanette Holloway, Jean and Lamar Ridgecreek, Dawn and Norm Tabler, and Jim and Cheryl Strain. We have them to thank for filling this theater with the appreciation and the enthusiasm that the talent and the dedication that we have witnessed over this past year deserve. I think all of us can agree that each one of our finalists is heading toward a remarkable life of music. And we can all look back on the time when we here in Indianapolis helped set them on their path. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening to celebrate. Thanks.
Hello. First of all, I'd like to thank Lisa Harris as my co-chair. She was so much fun to work with. And the other person that is kind of unsung hero is John Crone, who is our transportation director. Getting all these people around is not easy. You get them from the airport, get them to dinners, get them to rehearsals, and it's kind of an amazing job. And he, as an engineer, he did it quite easily. And I have my heart is with him because I did that the last classical awards. And one of the magical things about that is you get to be in the car and driving around and have an intimate time with some of the judges or some of these remarkable talents. And one of the things I can remember that I think I can carry a conversation with just about anybody. And listening to the judges in the back seat one time in the back of the van, the nuances of the details they went through was so intricate. I was impressed by that, and I quickly lost my way. At one point, they were discussing Beethoven, and they just switched to speaking German. So kind of good, showed me how far and how much detail was involved with this. And I think that was one of the things. When I first met Joel Harrison, and he told me about the APA, one of the things he said to me is, Bob, organizations, even if they go through difficult times, you can do a lot to survive. But one thing you never, ever do is compromise on the artistic product. And it became really clear from the van driver to the staff, to the committees, to the board, to everybody involved with this, including our 5 finalists, that they never compromised the artistic product. And this whole organization and these awards are testament to that philosophy. And I've been so honored and proud to be part of this, and I'm so proud that you came and filled this auditorium for us tonight. Thank you.
And now I am honored and privileged to welcome and introduce to our stage APA's President, CEO, and Artistic Director, Dr. Joel Harrison. Over the past 16 years, his artistic vision of presenting the highest quality young American pianists to the nation and to the world has never been compromised. That quality has certainly been demonstrated again tonight. Welcome and thank you, Joel.
Thank you. What a great time I'm having. I was interviewed on WFYI a few weeks ago by the wonderful Jill Dittmeyer, and she said, well, Joel, it's going great, but won't you just be so sad when it's over or glad when it's over? And I said, well, I'll be sad. I'm having the best time of my life. This is what we do. This is our great moment. And it's this art and it's these young artists that inspire me. And we work harder. When I hear them, I think, I got to go raise more money. I'll see you outside, if you want to take me up on some of that. Anyway, it's great to see all of you here at Hilbert Circle Theater tonight, as well as to those who are watching around the world via our webcast. Special thanks to Silvia and Eric for doing such a great job. You make a wonderful team, a real joy to see what you are doing, so thank you so much. Special thanks to all my friends at KeyBank. We really do appreciate the sponsorship, and thank you for being the sponsor of the Gala Finals. Also, you heard our magnificent Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, and I want to say a special thanks to my good friend Marianne Tobias for being the sponsor of the ISO. Thank you, Marianne. Takes a lot of dollars and a lot of donors to put this event on. They're listed in your program. My deepest thanks to all of you for what you've done to this organization as we attempt to support young American pianists. Couldn't do it without you. Special thanks to my very good friends Bob Gowan and our board member Dr. Lisa Harris. Been my pleasure to work with you throughout the course of these months, so thank you. And to the Keys, they had one purpose, and that was to help fill Hilbert Circle Theater, and you did a great job. So thank you all so much for doing that and helping us be so enthusiastic in our support of these brilliant pianists. I do want to thank also, I'm not going to name you, but each of our finalists comes to town throughout the course of this competition. They stay with the host family. That host family provides transportation, meals. If they get sick, they take them to the doctor. It truly is a host family. So whatever it is, they provide. And they do this out of the love of the art and out of our finalists. So I want to say a special thanks to all of you. You know where you are. Thank you so much. I want to come stay with you, and you can drive me around town. And coming back for a second time, he was here in 2013 to conduct the American Pianist Awards, but our magnificent maestro and my friend, Jerry Swartz, thank you so much. You certainly do make this orchestra sound brilliant. And wherever you are, thank you, players in the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. You just worked so hard, and it was absolutely magnificent, truly magnificent. You've given a real gift to our finalists, because they've got a recording now with a marvelous, top-notch professional orchestra, thanks to your work. Fortunately, I don't have to make a decision tonight. That's entrusted to this highly distinguished jury that we've brought in just for this purpose. And I want to take a moment to introduce them and to thank them for their service. The 1985 winner of the American Pianist Awards and Beethoven Fellow, the marvelous pianist Frederick Chu. Artistic administrator from the venerable Boston Symphony in Boston, Tony Fogg. Working on behalf of all manner of artists, the director of Kirschbaum Associates, an artist agency in New York City, Shirley Kirschbaum. Longtime friend of mine and magnificent pianist, Ursula Oppens. And visiting with us for the first time, the distinguished teacher and pianist, Blanca Uribe from Medellin, Colombia. We bring together 5 of the top emerging classical pianists in this country for a competition that has a unique and complex process. It is the visible manifestation of our mission to discovery, promote, and advance the careers of American classical and jazz pianists. We are really proud of the 2017 awards finalists. These pianists have enriched our lives and inspired everyone who has met and heard them over the course of these last several months. I am personally grateful to them for their generosity of spirit. I'm in awe of their talent and the discipline that they bring to their art, and I am thrilled beyond measure. It's my pleasure to bring them to the stage to receive their awards, and each receives a check for $10,000. Presenting the award to Henry Kramer is Sarah Barney. Thank you, Sarah. Henry. Presenting the award to Stephen Lynn is Dr. Peg Watanabe, who is also his host family. Peg and Stephen. Presenting the award to Sam Hong is Mark Webb, who along with his lovely wife, Lee Smith, was his host family. Sam. The award to Drew Peterson is given by Kathy and Al Hubbard. It will be presented tonight by the vice chair of our board, Mike Wells. Drew and Mike. The award to Alex Beyer is given anonymously, and it is presented tonight by the co-chair of the awards, Dr. Lisa Harris. Lisa and Alex. Let's have another round of applause for the top 5 young American classical pianists. For the first time, part of the prize of being the winner, this person will be named Artist in Residence at the University of Indianapolis. It's a great, great part of this award, and I am so pleased to welcome to our stage and to APA the president of the university, Dr. Robert Manuel.
So I just want to offer a quick thanks to the APA for letting us be a part of this presentation and this celebration. I took this job 5 years ago in part because I had the pleasure of working with late Mayor Bill Hudna in Washington, D.C., who told me that if you came to Indianapolis, you would find 2 things that not every city has. One is incredible, stellar, quality talent, and the other is a willingness and an ability to share and connect and to make all of that benefit everybody. And I'm happy that this relationship we have with the APA is in fact part of the DNA of Indianapolis and part of the DNA of our university, where our goal is to make sure that our students connect with our faculty and connect with world talent to raise their aspirations, to raise their opportunities, and to make sure that they're able to follow their passions in a way that is educated and informed. And we are glad to be a sponsor and a participant in this, and really honored to be here tonight as part of this. Thank you, Joel, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Rob. I'd like to say just a few words about our competition process, because it is different. You've heard the concerto finals last night and tonight, and these are astounding performances. No doubt you all have your favorites. But alas, the adjudication process began last September when we started bringing each of these pianists here one at a time for what we call the Premier Series. That Premier Series has had its own jury. So at the conclusion of that 5-month process where each pianist played a solo recital and a concerto with the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra, the jury for that portion of the competition then ranked the pianist. I have those rankings. They were combined with the rankings of our Discovery Week jury to choose our winner. So as marvelous it has been the last 2 nights, really when it comes down to it, you have to have heard every performance for, since September. And I've had the great pleasure to be at all of the rehearsals, to have lunch and dinner sometimes with the finalists and hear them in virtually every performing and educational capacity. And it is truly a privilege to hear them. And I don't mean to sound superficial when I say that they're all winners. I truly believe that. I don't vote in this process. So you've heard the pianist, any one of them, I'm happy to have them. They're all marvelous in every way. Just a reminder, though, that what we have heard the last 2 nights here, as thrilling as it is, that's just part of a rather complex and lengthy process. Here on stage to assist me with the presentation to the winner is a member of our board, Janet Nine. Janet, would you come forward with me, please? Janet and John give a $25,000 Career Assistance Award to the winner. This is part of the prize. We keep that money in a restricted account, don't we? And then I work with the winner to determine how that money is going to be used. It's their money. It's not my money. But we develop projects, and it can be used for a variety of things. Our 2013 winner, Sean Chen, used that to help him buy a new Steinway 7-foot B piano. So we paid our portion of that directly to Steinway as part of that. But we've had other winners who've used it to assist with travel. We've had it where they've used it to go to special master classes in various places around the world. We've used it to help them build a really top-notch professional website. It's kind of whatever it is that we think at this moment in the life of that young pianist will best help them move forward in their career. So, Janet, you've done this for some time now, and we're really grateful to you for your assistance. So, thank you. For years, Crystal DeHaan has been here on the stage to make the announcement of the winner, and indeed, Crystal is here in the house. But she's been having some physical ailments, so she is remaining in her perch way up there in the dress circle. But she is certainly down here on stage in spirit to be part of naming the winner and the Crystal DeHaan Fellow of 2017. And we are at all times grateful to you, Crystal, for what you have done in the past, what you do now, and what we assume you'll continue to do. So thank you so much. Hang on just a minute. They're all out there. I have in my hands the envelope. I actually know who the winner is, but I will officially open the envelope. So, here we are. The winner of the 2017 American Pianist Awards and the DeHaan Fellow is Drew Peterson.
All of the 5 finalists and to Drew Peterson, the new winner of the American Pianists Awards and the Crystal DeHaan Classical Fellowship.
Thank you to all here at Hilbert Circle Theater, and thank you to our international webcast audience. We look forward to seeing you all for the finals of the 2019 American Awards when we celebrate America's top young jazz pianists right here at Hilbert Circle Theater in downtown Indianapolis.
Thank you, Eric, for joining me. And a special thanks again to our sponsors, especially to Key Bank, the sponsor of the Gala finals. For the American Pianists Association, the Board of Directors, and Joel Harrison, the President and CEO, I am Silvia McNair. Good night, and thank you for watching.